Trying again. Let's see how this works. Trying again. Let's see. Yeah. So this is a morning show I'm trying to start. It's called Babe. Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. Babe, come look at this. And this is episode 2. I keep trying to start it up, but it keeps giving me internet issues. We moved. So, yeah, before I... Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if we keep good stream health. I tried something else, but I got it plugged directly in, so I don't understand why it would give me issues this morning. Hey, babe, on this chair is a shirt. I got it. Yeah, I got it. This screen is a little zerd. All right, if you pop up in the building, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. All right. Hey, if you pop up in the building, you know what I'm saying? Let me know you're here. But I'll wait a little bit before I get started, y'all. Check.
Yeah, this looks interesting.
Yeah, I did hear a little bit of it, and I don't know. Did you hear it?
No.
You probably gonna be shocked, babe.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're gonna be shocked. Hey, one concurrent viewer, go ahead and say something if you up in here. All right, I'll start. So essentially we just gonna look through a few videos this morning, whatever's happening in the world.
Every morning.
Yeah, I do this every morning. So I figured out to let y'all in on the process. So I'm letting people roll in, see if anybody roll in, and if not, I'm gonna go ahead and keep this thing off. It looks like Michael Todd is saying if you're teaching your kids to not curse in the house, then you are creating trauma. And I haven't heard him say it out of his mouth yet, but this comedian is speaking on it. So do not quote me on that. I don't know if he actually said that, but we're gonna hear both of them out and then see what we got. And then after that, we'll take some time and see what's on the homepage, and we'll just keep, you know what I'm saying, blabbing about things that we see on the homepage.
Michael has it is so.
I'll go ahead and start it since I gave y'all time to get up in here. Ain't nobody coming, so yeah. All right, here we go. All right. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Michael Todd was on the Breakfast Club, and in his interview he said that if you're a parent and you don't allow your children to curse around you, then you're teaching your children to be fake or not be themselves, and these are the things that cause trauma in the household. No, that's silly as hell. Some things are just called disrespectful, and as a parent, you have to learn how to set boundaries. I don't care what anybody says. Bottom line is, one of the biggest problems that we have in households now is that parents don't have any boundaries between them and their children. Whether you want to call it trauma, whatever you want to call it, you don't speak any kind of way around your parents. You don't go to your job and talk to your boss the same way you talk to your coworkers. You don't pray like you talking to one of your little childhood friends. When your prayer is one of the things that ought to teach you boundaries. When you put your head down, that's the first thing right there. Let you know when you talking to the Lord, bow your head, show reverence and respect.
Ooh.
You speak differently. Speak clearly.
Yeah.
You don't talk, hey, yo, what's up, Lord? We just chilling. No, that ain't how you do that. Matter of fact, you don't even talk to your parents like that. You get, even when you're good and grown, there may be some things you want to say to your parents that they may piss you off. I remember one time my daddy got me so damn mad. I'm on the phone and he just running his mouth and pissed me off so bad. I wanted to cuss his ass out. Did I? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Hell no.
Yeah, that's what
not
I'm saying.
Not because out
like,
of fear of what I thought he would do. Or that. No.
Let me see. Yeah, he doesn't. He just talks. So I'm not gonna comment. I'll comment on what this guy's saying, but not to say that Michael Todd said that. Okay.
Knowing Michael Todd, I gotta hear his context because thus far, with things that he's taught, he has a good stance on things, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, before even assuming, I can't, because not usually he's got some logical good points, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not, I'll speak on that. I do not think that it's okay. I used to think it was okay to allow your children to express themselves openly and curse and stuff. But then I realized that it's biblically incorrect. You know what I'm saying? When you're a child of God and you move that way, you're not supposed to let your children speak that way. In the same way that this guy said. Yeah. In all honesty, he said, when you go to God, you bow your head. You don't, hey, what up, my dude? Like, you don't. So if it goes God, if it goes Jesus, father, wife, children, you know what I'm saying? If it goes that way, the same way that, you know what I'm saying, we show reverence for God, I believe that our children should show reverence for us. I think that they
because the thing is that because you can talk, okay, because I guess what I'm thinking of is I talk casual to God, but I'm never like, I don't know, but I still am like respectful, you know what I mean? I never would be like,
well, you know, we know, like we understand to be respectful, so they got to understand too. Like sometimes you might trip, but then you automatically apologizing. Yeah. Like you know to 100%. Hold on, and then as you grow, you know not to speak that way. So 100%. I think that I just can't. I just biblically, I think you should teach them that they shouldn't say that stuff. Yeah. Like you should not.
As well as that. If you are teaching them that, work on it yourself.
Yeah, make sure
because you are their biggest example.
Yeah.
If you're sitting here every 5 words saying curse words, you can't really. Come on now, you're their example. They're looking up to you. So if you're saying curse words every sentence, then what do you expect? Like, you can't be like, no, don't say that. But then you're sitting there cursing all the time.
Yeah, you can't say do as I say, not as I do.
Because then guess what? That creates in their head is hypocrisy. Yeah. Like, you know, like, and that is not cool. Like, the kid is definitely going to end up cursing. Yeah. Definitely is going to, you know, but if you slip up and you curse, dang, I just slipped up and I cursed. That was wrong of me. Like, admit your wrongdoings. I remember we had this thing where if we curse, we take a lap around the RV. And then, this is when we first got saved.
Yeah.
And then if I did it too, I had to do the same thing. Like, that's what it was. We hold each other accountable in our family and because we did for a little while allow it, you know? So then we have to work that back and make sure that we're open and honest with them, you know?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So the next thing I see up here is, it caught my eye, is good women hate good men.
Uh-oh.
I see what they're on, right?
Videos for the men's. If you are a man, identify as a man. I want you to pay attention, because what we're going to talk about are 2 of the ways I believe that good men lose good women. I also want to say this, that I recognize that good women also push good men away. However, this video is specifically centered around men. So don't be trying to come for me in the comments. Okay, sorry, I had to go change so we could really get into it. So, how does a good man lose a good woman? First, I want to say, when I'm talking about a good man, I'm talking about men who don't play games, who don't avoid commitment, those that are emotionally ready, financially secure, self-aware, doing their inner work, and really truly desire partnership, marriage, and family. When I'm talking about a good woman, a woman also being emotionally available, a woman who wants to give love, who wants to nurture, who wants to support a man's purpose, who wants to multiply his assets, his joy, multiply his peace. Yes, Jesus. And women who want to really build with someone, not just benefit from someone. So I wanted to make that distinction before we got into it.
I agree.
So when does a good man lose a good woman? I think it's when he is living in the gap. What is the gap? The gap is the space between intentionality and action and between acknowledgement and accountability. If you're living in between those, you're living in the gap. And that's where problems start to arise. So you mean well, but you don't move well. You talk about what you want, but you don't show up. You see your patterns, but you don't change them. That's the gap. I'm centering this specific message around men intentionally because while both men and women can, absolutely fall short, men are often viewed as the leaders of relationships. You all really set the tone. You influence stability and the flow and the connection from the very beginning. And when leadership lives in the gap, everything else underneath that is uncertain. And women.
Before he speak, because I wanted to say this. All right, okay, I understand, I get it, but no woman worth her salt gonna be online talking about how a guy isn't showing them that they're genuinely interested and genuinely want a marriage and genuinely want to move forward. Like you can tell when a man is lying because if he says I want something more. And you say, so about what time when are we getting married? When you plan on getting married? And he starts being like, so don't let your, fear of being let down leave you in a situation where you questioning something. You questioning his, questioning.
Or where.
Because first off, you're saying how a man loses a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you know what I'm saying? You should, good women are somewhere being wives. Like they not running behind a guy that they haven't at first. A good woman is smart enough to know, I'm going to ask you first, what are we doing here? What are your intentions? Before she do anything, before she lay down with him, before any of that, she already making these things certain. So I wouldn't put that in the category of a good woman. I wouldn't say that. And first, no one's good but God. But I wouldn't put a woman that goes into a situation seeing that a guy isn't there for her, but thinking that she can change him, like that.
And that's what this dating culture creates, is this stuff where this shouldn't even be a conversation because that is something that you talk about on the jump, on the first time that you meet with those people. And granted, even when we started, we weren't there yet. We didn't know these things, but it would have fast forwarded a lot of things, and it's just common sense, where, if you want a result, go into it with an intention and then you'll get the results that you would like. But if you go into it and then you're in the gap as the lady as well, that's the part where it is, regardless if he's in the gap or not, if you allow that and you from the jump and you're like, well, maybe I'll wait and see and and it's like, well, I only have my body only lets me produce children properly up until this point. I only have a little bit of time. So if you don't want to do that, let me go ahead and find someone else that's ready because my body is on a time limit of when I can have children.
She called my bluff. She checked me early, but she did it in a roundabout way. She didn't do it in a way that was disrespectful or like da-da-da-da-da or snappy. How she did it was she said, well, my parents said talking about us getting married. But this is after I now have gotten her in a relationship. We're having sexual relations now. and I know a part of you was like, okay, so what was all that talk you was talking? Like you was saying all this stuff. Like, so what's up? Like, so and
already
that
speaking about marriage.
marriage, yeah. And then, but I was like, that's gonna be somewhere down the road, like, you know, right? And then, but when she brought that up to me, I was like, ooh. So if I was all sure before, I was all sure at first, but now I'm over here trying to. I'm still sure, but you know, when it comes to stuff like that, like a big decision, you get cold feet. But so I was just going to wimp it out and push it back as long as I could. But then when you called me out on that and said you were saying all of that, like not saying it out loud, but you were kind of like you know what I'm saying, and saw what I thought about the fact that they said that, and I was like,
I wanted to see what you thought of that, because then
they're actually right.
Looking back at that time, I was thinking, what will he say about this? Like, because he, you know, I'm getting excited because he is talking about marriage and things like that, and I'm like, okay, but I do want to get married, but let me ask him and see where he's at as far as that goes. Truly, you know.
And then she asked, and then she used that, and then I stopped and I had to think for a second. I was like, they're right. Like, I done said all of this stuff. What do I mean? Like, I'm not, and if I plan on being with you for good, what's the point in waiting until I'm completely stable here or something like that? If you're willing to already do that, like, let me put my money where my mouth is, and that's how that worked. Now, this is before I was saved or anything or understood it like this. But yeah, if you, a man, ask him. Sometimes you're afraid to hear him say something. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
We don't want to hear no, especially when you really like the guy. Because I understand. I was one of those people that where talking with my husband, working back all of the relationships that I was in, I just wouldn't ask. I wouldn't even approach that question because I didn't want to be let down. But then I got let down anyway. So it's like, why do we do that to ourselves? And then we're mad at the guy when you didn't even ask. You weren't even straight up like, hey, what is this? I want this out of this. Is this what you want too? It's really that simple. And I had to realize that a lot of my past relationships didn't work out because I simply didn't take accountability on where it was my fault that it didn't that it fell through, you know? But we got to do that, ladies. We got to take accountability on our end. But I'm curious what Anton says too. Grab this baby.
All right. I don't believe that there is a gap, and I don't really know how y'all continue to distinguish between a good man and a man that's not good. A good woman or a good man that are together don't leave each other, and no man is going to change for a woman, and if he does, it's going to be the biggest mistake of his life. And whoever he was when you met him is the man that you should expect for him to be when you continue to be with him. You can't expect for people to change just because you. If a person has been an adult for as long as they've been an adult, and
wait, what about this though? All right, what about this? So when you got with me, when I first got together, was a portion of it, because remember, we got together, we were doing a music thing together. I had all of these ideas and things that I was going to do. I was very driven. I was with it. I was on it. And then once I got with you, I was doing what I do, but that person kind of dwindled a little bit. And then I think a part of you was like, yo, man, you got to bring that back or something. Like I got with you for being, you know what I'm saying, kind of driven, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it seems like you like falling apart now, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's important too. I think that, So I think that he was like, all right, this is adventurous because he looks like he wants to do things that others haven't done and he wants to do them together. And I think
you had a lot of really good ideas. Like you were a entrepreneur mindset, and that was attractive. Like I was like, wow, he really has ambition and a drive and goals and things like that. And I loved that. That was attractive because for me as a lady, now understanding what a woman is and what we like and what we it's crazy to not understand that when you are one, but of purpose, a man that it has his purpose, and that's what I saw in you, and the way that you I didn't know what you were gonna do exactly on the tee, but I knew you were gonna be something, you know. And then, yeah, I guess for a little bit there, I was like, "Uh oh, what's happening? Where did that go?" Yeah, I'll give you that. I never realized it in the time.
Yeah,
but
true. I
looking back
understand.
at that,
Yeah,
I guess that is true.
that's normal. That's normal because that's what we are. You know what I'm saying? That's like if we jumped into a relationship and you was like, "All right, I'm about to be 200 pounds now." You know what I'm saying? Or if you were like, you hopped into a relationship and you were all sweet at first, and then you decided to just put me
Start being
down,
mean.
all like you ain't gonna be nothing, and you that would be the equivalent to that. So yeah, I just thought about that.
And then you meet them, and then for whatever odd reason, because you've designated them as a good person or a good man, and it's same thing that goes for women. Although I do believe that women change more often than men do because women adjust according to the way that the man is. And so whoever it is that you are, she's going to adapt to you because they just chameleons. That's just who they are. That's what all women are. There's nothing you can do about it. But the point that I'm making is
Chameleon?
I'm trying to understand, and I want to get to.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I think it's a harsh way of saying it.
It is a
I
little,
think
but
like ribs, like
right. We're meant to fit
Fit,
into
yeah,
yeah,
you-
100%.
yeah,
So we do shift and shape so that we fit you
True.
perfectly. You know what I mean?
Alright.
So yeah, I'll give him that.
The rest of what she's going to say before I fully give my thoughts. Why do y'all expect for people to evolve and change just because you are you? If a man is going to be something different, he's going to be something different because that's just who he is, or he's continuing to elevate and evolve into becoming something different. And I also would like to tell men that y'all have to stop pedestalizing women and doing things for women, because then you lose your purpose, and for whatever reason you then become obsessed with meeting her expectation instead of setting the expectation. No woman can set the expectation. She can be a wife, she can make herself available, but a man is going to be a man, and whoever he is, you just have to believe him, and that's just the end of the conversation. So all of this in the gap, he has great intentions, but he doesn't deliver.
yeah.
Okay, you're a good person, but it doesn't
Yeah,
mean
it's her perspective. Like from her perspective, she's like, why is that guy not dealing with me? I'm a good woman.
Yeah.
But you got to change your perspective and figure out what he considers a good woman. Hey, what do you want in a woman? Because if you ain't none of that, you can't. This is you have a unreal idea of yourself. Like it's not. You need to be able to like. Don't ever like listen. There ain't gonna be many women in here, bro. But ladies, if you're dealing with a man, make sure that you understand what he finds. What he will tell you. A man is honest, and he's gonna tell you what he's looking for as far as in a wife and in life. You know what I'm saying? Like so. But I can tell you right now, like if you go to the Bible and you look up Proverbs 31. And then you read that, that's exactly what he's going to tell you that he's looking for. And if it's a guy you like and he isn't telling you that that's what he's looking for, he's lying, and he's trying to keep the relationship going and keep getting sex out of you, and it's until because he'll lie to you to keep you from what's called. But most guys, if you want a secure relationship with that guy, flat out, you're gonna have to be feminine. You're gonna have to be, you know what I'm saying? You have to be sweet. You're gonna have to be
Submissive.
yeah, inspirational. Like you gotta be, and you gotta make him want to build around you. And don't no dude want to build around a woman that want to compete with her man.
Yeah.
You gotta complete your man. So
Yeah. And a huge thing, ladies, that like again, we don't have many women that come in here because we never want to be told about ourselves. And I know that
Yeah.
'cause I'm like that. But I've done the work to fix that within myself and within my marriage, you know? That where, dude, I forget what I was gonna say. What were you just saying? Say that again.
you're saying that women don't like to be told about themselves, and you
I know,
said
but it was something right before that you were saying that I was gonna say something about. I
um
brain farted.
I was just speaking on women getting in relationships with men and knowing what they want, what men want.
Oh yeah. Is a huge part of what being a good wife, because and it is biblical that you can be a wife before you get married, because you're already doing what it is to be a wife. And that's how then a man is like, I will marry her, because you have those wife qualities, you know? But that it is, once you get with a man and you see a future and building with him, tell him that.
Yeah.
Tell him that I see a future with you. I see where you can be this. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're such a great man. Encourage him. That is what we are built for. We lift him up into becoming his full potential. Build him up. Tell him all the good things about him. No matter what you're feeling that day, do not go to bed mad at him. No, babe, let's talk this out. It's so important that you do those things, you know.
Listen.
And we as ladies really got to work on, why can't you just give a compliment sometimes to your man? Like, so many people around me that I know, parents, things like that, like, where just compliment him sometimes. And when you start doing that, you start seeing the good in the person rather than the bad, you know. And it really will help your relationship.
Yeah, we're dogs. You got a pet dog? You didn't know how to treat a man. Like, if you say you're such a good boy to your dog, say that to your man. Like, we're pretty much like that. It's very simple. But yeah, I'll check out something else. I'll probably do like an hour of this, man. Ain't nobody, everybody popped in. I see a few likes, but nobody's saying nothing, man. What's up, y'all? What's up? Ain't nobody got nothing to say? All right, let's see. I'm gonna see if there's anything else up here. Yes, baby. What you on, Unit? Whoa, hey, I see somebody said, I'm single, but I still sleep with my ex. You already know. Let's check it out. Hey,
am I single? I don't like that question. I feel like everybody's screwing somebody.
Did you ever do anything for him not to trust you?
Never.
And what's your sign? What's your sign?
A Gemini.
Oh, yeah, I'm two-faced as heifers.
How long did you stay with him after you maced him?
It was total a year and 4 months. So
you maced him?
I still stayed with him.
Stayed for a year and 4 months.
Yeah.
I think you guys are both crazy.
I think y'all perfect for each other.
Right.
Actively hitting him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm actively hitting him. Yeah. Who else am I have
Why
sex
don't you
with?
just be with him and just, accept the parts you don't like?
Man, they cruel. Women are cruel. Like, cause I seen some. Yeah, cause women ain't. And can you attest to that women ain't?
No, that's true.
I got a question.
I disagree. There's a difference between girls and women. There's a difference. He said that women ain't bad. We gotta stop that, bro. We gotta stop. Women ain't. No, bro. We gotta say it, because women we gotta stop putting girls in the same category as women and stop putting boys in the same category as men. That's crazy. Like, we gotta stop that, because that's pretty much going on. Also, man, I wanted to take a look. Hey, look, I might be straightforward on these, but yo, look at her attire, bro. Like, look at that. What are you wearing? Like, come on. Like, and as a man, like, you know what I'm saying? I understand that these are worldly people, but yeah, I don't know. I would probably let this lady know, like, yo, like, you got half your belly out. You know what I'm saying? And you like, yeah, man, that's not even this is why she has to. That's why she's being a side chick for her ex. Like, that's why that happens. Like, not just to be blunt about it. Like, change your attire. Don't wear that stuff. But here we go.
Yeah.
39.
Oh, yeah, he around your age.
Are you single?
Who?
Are you single?
Am I single? I don't like that question.
Why? Are you?
Because it's complicated. I feel like everybody's screwing somebody, so nobody's 100% single.
No, you 100% single.
Are you in a committed relationship with somebody?
But you screwing somebody.
Yeah, because I'm picky with my vagina, so yeah,
So you
I'm going to go with what I
person.
know. Yeah, I don't want nobody
sorry to
new.
hear that. I'm just not go ahead.
My question is this.
It's too many STDs in
Like,
Houston.
you're a
alone.
beautiful woman. You're funny. You obviously have a lot of things going on. How come you're not in a committed relationship?
I just got out of a relationship. Actually, it was August. I just got out of a relationship. So it's just been a few months since I've been actually, quote unquote, single. So this is why I'm still.
What's up, Andrew? Andrew, hey, not many people pop in the morning, man. I just be flipping through different videos, right? Normally during the morning. So I figured I'd start, put y'all in on the process and start showing how I flip through different things in the morning, and I ran about them. I be like, I don't normally do it. I normally be like, hey babe, come here, look at this real quick, and then I'll get her understand on what she see or what she think about it, and then we have long discussions about it. So I figured, shoot, while I was drinking my tea and, you know what I'm saying, getting up and getting ready, I would document that, like just cut it on. It'll be more content, and maybe some people might like it. A lot of people might not, because this is stuff that I be on. He said, I start work at 6:30 your time. Woo. Jeez. Yep. Yeah, I'm at the bottom of my first team. Appreciate it. Andrew in here though, baby.
Hi, Andrew.
He said he was gonna pop up.
Yes. God bless you, man. Thanks for coming in.
But yeah, this video.
Watching us while you're driving, too.
Yeah, be careful. I don't think he said he's driving.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
Yeah, but this video, it's a bunch of random stuff on my homepage that I click on and I like to watch through in the morning, and most of it is relationship stuff. So this one is, I'm single, but I still sleep with my ex. It's a little spicy, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever, you know, maybe it might help somebody out.
Been the block.
What was the problem, him or you?
The finances was the problem.
Finances?
It was a lot of broken promises and a lot of finances. Then, I mean, when he did get the money, of course, it got really, really good. Like, you know, he helped out with a lot of things, whatever. But then it went back downhill. And I was just like, okay, I can't go through this emotional roller coaster no more. So
Up and down with the finances.
broken promises, finances, insecurities.
What do you mean by that?
With the insecurities, because like I'm a comedian outside of being a travel nurse, you know, so it's like I feel like he loved Nurse Shannon and Shannon at home, but comedian Shannon, he ain't like that, because I got to be around a lot of males and I got to go on tour and be gone for long times where, hey, I can't answer the phone and be on the phone with you all
May I ask
night.
you a question? Did he have a reason to be insecure?
Never. And I asked that question so many times.
I think that you're not hearing it correctly. Not that you give him a reason to be insecure. I'm asking you as a woman. Like when you figured out he was insecure, like when you really took a real look at him, not the in love look, but the look like where you kind of start detaching, like when you take the glasses off and be like, oh, that's why you, like, did he have anything to really be insecure about?
No, me and my friend's still trying to figure that out to this day.
Wow.
Well, because maybe she said that he started making money, right, for the family, and he was doing really well for them. What you need to be a comedian for? What you need to do anything and then this is my thing, is you chose to go off on your career, but you still doubling back to this guy. Like, you still doubling back and letting him have something that's valuable to you, as you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you double back to let him have something valuable to you? If you're gonna be single, then go ahead and be celibate, you know what I'm saying, and stop. Because what I think that a lot of women don't understand is that when you do that, if you're dealing with a guy over and over and over again, you still holding on to feelings. And also, if you, as you're on the road, you probably end up meeting somebody else, and you end up dragging that guy into your mess because you can't get rid of your old guy. So you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Normally this is a babe, come look at this moment, but she doing something back there. Yeah, she.
Okay, this is all I want to say real quick, is that we are causing our own trauma when we do stuff like this. Like, this is your choice, your decision. That man is being a man. Like, of course he's going to take it if he can get it. That is not his fault at all. That is on you, and you're causing more damage to yourself. But we can't realize that because we don't take accountability for anything and any decisions that we make. But I just want to say that you will continue to hurt yourself by wasting your time with someone you're not going to end up being with, and two, by still getting done by a guy that's adding more things onto you, to where yeah, the more that you do things with someone, the more that you're connected to them. So it's a lot harder to let them go. So we do it to ourselves, man. And then we're out here complaining and like it's the guy's fault. No, that's you. That is all your fault. Like your choice, your decision. But we got to start taking those accountabilities so that you can actually move forward and actually find a relationship. But next time you get into a relationship, be straightforward from the beginning. Hey, I really want a real relationship this time. I've made mistakes in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, just stop it. See, first of all, a lot of women were trying to be oblivious to their own problems. You said you're a comedian, travel, and a nurse at the same time. Man, that's so many red flags in your own day-to-day life. He probably felt some type of way because the way how you probably mangled around your social media / nursing industry, the way how you were mangling your characteristics, that's why he probably felt insecure. I still feel like, guys, we shouldn't put ourselves in an insecure situation. You got to assess your own situation to understand the problem that you might bring to a guy.
But he did tell me in the beginning, and I feel like a lot of women should pay attention when men speak because they gonna tell you, most of them. He told me he had trust issues, and I was just like, because I knew I could be trusted. So it was like, I just brushed it off. That was obviously a red flag right there because you already telling me you got trust issues. But I was just like, I ain't tripping. I ain't got no reason for you not to trust me. So let's keep it moving. And so I proceeded, which beat me in my ass because it was just like, oh, you got to go do this show? Oh, well, I need to be there too. And what time you going to be done with this? And call me when you get there and put the Bluetooth on.
Like
and
4 months ago, he would have tried to be here.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Or I would have to wear the Bluetooth glasses.
Oh. He like,
so he can hear the whole conversation.
Now,
Do you hear what I'm saying?
I would say, if you're going to be that upset about the type of career your woman going to be in like that, probably just not date her. I know you feel like you probably don't want to lose.
Like, all right, okay, I understand. But he should just choose a wife. He should choose a woman. A woman that's, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to choose a woman that's going to be out trying, you gotta take what comes with that. And that's probably, all right, if you're going to be dealing with if you want to be dealing with a woman who's independent like that, then you can't, you know what I'm saying, the way he's overlooking her and different things like that, you might as well go in and be with somebody else, man. That's crazy. Let me see. Andrew said, I just unloaded my first load of of scrap metal and cars. Now heading back to Milwaukee. I'll make 4 trips total. Whoa, man. Whoa. That's wild, man. Oh, yeah. Your sister do drive trucks, don't she? Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to something else. This is pretty much Wash, man. Just essentially, the relationship she is in with this guy is terrible. It's terrible. Well, she wasn't in with the guy. It was bad on his part and bad on her part. Bad on his part because he should have picked a woman that isn't on the road if he's gonna be worried about what she's doing. And if she gonna be on the road, and I'm speaking to secularists, people who are secular. If you're gonna be in a relationship with somebody that you can't watch their every move, you gotta expect that they out here doing whatever. But you just need to follow your purpose, do what you're supposed to do, and don't let your heart be hurt about it, man. It's crazy. People let their heart be hurt about people in relationships and different things like that. When you know what I'm saying, you know who you got with. You know who you got with. Yeah. I normally click through these, like, this is how I do this in the morning. I'm going to do this for like an hour. Let me see. Hey, this lady said I fired people for cheating. That's real, though. It says, CEO Natalie Dawson says you'll cheat at work also. Let's see.
And one of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other.
Hold on. It said 10 to 11-hour days today is all overtime. Jeez, that's wild, man. What? Yeah. Yeah, he on one.
Yeah, God bless y'all. Getting it out there.
Yeah.
This is what we love talking about. Having y'all
Yeah.
usual morning.
This is how we do this in the morning. Like we sit and talk
About for hours.
and have long conversations about before, like as we're getting ready to start doing reactions and waiting for the baby to go to sleep. This is what we're doing the whole time. Is watching videos and having a discussion about it. It's mostly this, as you can see on my front page. There's red pill content, and which I agree and disagree with. Sometimes I think I agree with red pill content because there are some strengths and different things that they talk about as far as men is concerned. But as a Christian, some of the stuff I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. Yeah, I don't agree with, but there's a lot of different things in there. Like you see me watch videos that you probably don't agree with at all, but I can find something to agree with or something to disagree with. Like, you know. Babe, this dude said, Andrew said 48 an hour overtime. Can't pass that up. Yeah, no, cannot. No.
And the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately.
Wow.
And it's so shocking to people that.
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
Yeah.
Oh, and they both had partners outside of the company?
Both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split-second decision. Well, I guess it technically was a split-second decision. It's like, I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me and should trust any leader to help them make their success easy. Am I making people's success easy by putting inside that environment people who are going to erode the values of the group? No. Success for most people isn't getting a divorce from their significant other.
Yeah.
Success for most people looks like figuring out how to have the success in their professional lives and in their financial lives while also being able to have a spouse. I wouldn't want my husband going out to work and being in an environment where the company was just fine with people cheating on each other, lying to each other, and not having
Hey, and those are the values this country was built on. In the military, you can go to prison for cheating on a spouse. Yes. Good, man. Hey, and yeah, that's what you go to prison for cheating on a spouse, and you should. You should go to prison for cheating on a spouse, because the thing is this is and this is where and this
America, bro.
well and this is where you understand. This is where I understand this. As far as men are concerned, biblically, when men mess up, when men don't do what good men do, when it hard, what do they say? Weak men create hard times. So when a man decides that he going, you know what I'm saying, cheat, and he can't help himself, you know what I'm saying? That's what happened to the world today. Is poor examples of men. So yeah, and I know and like I said, I watch red pill stuff and I love it, but I also understand what weak men are, and I understand that weak men are the biggest problem. Like you see scantily clad women out here, and you see women fighting for women's liberation and doing whatever they want to do out here and stuff like that, and that's all because of men making a poor example, a piss poor example. So I think that it is important that we hold men accountable. And I'm like, yeah, like when I think of the military, I think of mostly men, that you hold men accountable for cheating. Like you hold men accountable for cheating, and then like be a better example, man. You got kids, you got a son, you don't want him to walk around being a womanizer or a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So we have a huge issue in this day and time, okay? We got a huge issue in this day and time, and we need to we don't need to overcorrect, but we need to correct it. Like, and we're so in the dumps with it, and things have been flipped on its head so bad that this person's sleeping with this person, and in the black community, baby mamas and baby mamas and my baby daddy, and you know what I'm saying? Like and everybody's sleeping with everybody. I think that there should be a huge correction, and I think it starts with men being able to keep it in their pants and not and starting to say no to women and set an example. Like, no, we don't do that, and I don't want my children to do that as well. I think that's very important, man. Like it's what's it'll set the world right. If men start having, you know what I'm saying, like If we're not just savages out here and being and just going with our going straight for our desires instantly. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you got to work against that stuff. You got to fight that, and you got to. Yeah. 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 Alexander Nielsen came up here and said something, but he retracted his statement. Alexander, what's up?
Code of ethics, doing drugs, like none of that is something that I want inside my environment because it's my job to make people's success easy.
One would say that's none of your business what they're doing when they go home.
It is my business, first of all, because it was with each other.
Yeah, but they're not doing it at work.
Well, there was not to get into specifics of the particular event, but it happened to be around work related.
But if it wasn't at work, you still wouldn't
even if it was, I would fire the person immediately.
So you'd fire someone for cheating?
Absolutely.
On their partner?
Absolutely. I can't have cheaters. If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work?
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. I understand it. She's basically saying she wants to cultivate well, first of all, it sounds like she's trying to pivot a little bit, right? Because at first she was trying to say that, you know, she needs to cultivate an environment that is conducive to people that want to promote people and create memories or even push the boundaries of what success is supposed to look like, and that, you know, you're invited to be great here. And so I'm cultivating an environment for that. Now she's pivoting the conversation to say that, well, if you're cheating on your spouse and a person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, what makes you think that I don't think that you would cheat on your work or you would try to get ahead or struggle? Nah, I'm not going. That doesn't make sense. How can you even prove that they were cheating? You see what I'm saying? How can you even prove that they were busting each other down or, you know, whatever, so on and so forth? And I understand that most people are at-will employees. And so, you know, for the most part, you can pretty much get fired for anything from anybody. But this sounds maybe a little too evasive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna hear him say this part and see if he can explain it better. But
what if I don't necessarily subject myself to or care for people having same-sex relationships? I'm a Christian, right? And I don't necessarily care for that. But what you do at home, because I'm abiding by three different things, right? The first thing that I'm abiding by is my Christian principles. That's the way that I live my life because salvation is individual. But then at the same time, I also have to pay attention to the rules and the ways in which we live life, right? This is America. This is corporate America. And in America, I respect the life that you look to lead when it comes to pursuit of happiness, right? And so what you do in your bedroom don't have anything to do with me. And then on the tail end side, right, the last part of it is I respect your humanity, right? So I may not necessarily agree with you, but it doesn't mean that I don't respect your decisions to do what you want to do as long as you're not doing anything illegal. And I think that
I don't agree. All right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say why I don't agree. Okay.
I'll say why I could kind of agree with what
All right, but they can't nobody hear you. Yeah. I'll tell you why I disagree with what he's saying. Okay, I agree in the area of people live their lives and different things like that. Okay, right. But I would hold men to a different standard. If a man worked with me and he was married and he had I don't know, bro. I can't. The hardest thing for a man to do is to go against his nature of wanting more than one woman and getting with a woman, understanding what God's purpose is for him, and fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how strong I want somebody that works with me or somebody that befriends me to be. I want you to be that strong because I can trust you. I can lean on you. You don't, you know what I'm saying?
Because when it's your business, that's yours. So then what starts from the top should trickle down into the smallest person that works under everyone else. You know, like those values should be there.
Yeah.
I think that where it is tricky is where your humanity, like him saying that's real, because we are also human and we also make mistakes. But once you come to an understanding and you're building a business, what you set as the standard and the bar is what's going to be there and what it is, you know, because then you're representing that business and what it is, just like we represent for God. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that where it is tricky is the humanity thing. Like, of course, you may make mistakes, but as far as mistakes like that, where it affects now not only you but my business, I have to be careful about it, because just like how we have to be careful how we represent God as Christians. Like if we all of a sudden it comes out that we're cheating on each other and we're actually not in a good marriage, blah, 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 the whole thing falls apart. All of what the whole purpose is, then it could confuse people and lead people away from God. And granted, not every business is God led, but when you are a Christian, that is what your business is. It is God led, regardless of what others may see it as yet. Like even if it's a marketing firm, like for example, Myron Golden, he's a marketing firm. Like he does his own money business, things like that. And people may know him just for that, but he is a Christian man, so those Christian values are in the whole business form itself. So yeah, man, I think that's where it's making sure to draw the line due to representation of what your business stands for, you know? So yeah, I think that where it just got tricky, him saying the humanity part, but that's between them and God at that point. But as far as my business and what I'm doing for God and my purpose, it should stand for that. You know? So,
100%. Yeah, I guess because our whole brand is built on marriage and a Christian marriage. So that's why. And you can't be in here dipping and dodging and slip sliding.
Right.
But Andrew says, one woman is enough for me. Any man, well, boy, who wants more than one is nuts. Yeah, but this is it's a thing that we don't, as boys, that we don't understand. But as men, like I'm telling you, if there's any women that look at this live or understand, the eyes can say, I want to see more. But once we understand a woman, don't nobody want more than one of them, bro. Don't nobody want a headache unless the guy was raised by his mom and he loves drama. And also you understand what majority of people about. When you tell yourself the honest to God truth, you can read people really well. So you can understand that catching eyes with a woman is pointless. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you know what I'm saying? And as a woman, she'd understand that catching eyes with a man is pointless. I'm married. This don't matter. Like none of this is gonna matter. I'm going back home. There's no reason to explore anything any further outside of what I'm building here, because I'm actually building something and developing something. So I think that the same thing applies with both sides. I think men have a harder time with it, but I think that that's no excuse. I still think that we're supposed to be stronger. And also we're supposed to understand that what you do trickles down to your kids. That's the main part, bro. If you ain't a man that's trying to build a better generation, the next generation, and the best way to do that is not by saying, hey, don't do these things, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. It's closing your mouth and doing them. And that's how that works, man.
Babe, it makes me think about a huge thing that we worked through in our marriage is me understanding that a lot of my things towards you of working through me not liking your nature and things like that is because we as women, we don't accept what our nature is too. We are too busy hating y'all's nature that we're not even aware of ours. And so we're not fixing our mess before we're coming and stomping on your front door. Like, fix yourself. Understand that, oh wait, I'm not little Miss Perfect like what I tell myself and my silly girlfriends. Because we lie to each other so daggone much. Like, don't, like, no. the facade is just a facade, but we start believing that facade, that that's who we really are.
Yeah.
But the real work begins when you really want to become a good woman.
Yeah.
Like we always are talking about, we're good woman. No, you ain't nothing. You really aren't. You're not. You haven't done the work and told yourself the honest truth of that you are not good.
Yeah.
And that you need Jesus to be good. And then you can start doing that work to actually be a true good person.
Yeah.
You know?
And
it's
I'm going
wild.
to shift the blame a little bit to the men's side a little bit and say it's the boys that y'all deal with beforehand. Y'all spend y'all time blaming the men that is good for stuff that the boys have done. So
all while not taking accountability for our end either.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So it always only thing that you can control in this life is yourself. And I had to work through a lot of that in my own life of where, I have to, just like men do this every day. Men are not allowed to not take accountability ever in this life, in this world, even in the world without God.
Yeah.
Y'all aren't allowed to not have accountability.
Because it's a world full of women that'll tell a man about himself
and aren't taking accountability at all. So
yeah.
we have to work on that. We have to understand, we can't go sweeping in front of their front door until we do the work within ourselves. And you have to understand that a lot of choices and things in your life are due to you, what you decided. You did choose that guy though. You did choose to not say the truth, that you really wanted something more. You did decide to just give him the cheeks and keep doing that because you too are fleshly and like that, but didn't really know what else to do and didn't want to catch more bodies. Like, dude, that's what it is. Like, you just got to be honest, but you got to recognize within yourself that you're human and that we all need a savior. And that is the whole point of following Christ and how important that is to recognize, you know?
Yeah.
But we as ladies, we live in a world where, oh, poor you. Oh my goodness. You woman, poor woman, you've been through this. No, we, at some point, do you want true peace? Do you want true happiness? The only way to do that is to recognize yourself and that you are all that you can control. No matter how much you love that man and want him to change for the better, that's between him and God, and you pray to God about it, and God can do a lot more than you can, I'm telling you, but you work on yourself. And then you'll start be able to looking at him that way of, wow, you're actually just a human like me. Wow, you know what? It is silly that I get mad at you thinking about how you might be being a human.
Yeah.
Like he's just being a human. But once you do that, you start realizing, oh wow, my guy's actually really good. Like I love that. You know, he's just a human trying to do his best, just like I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we lack that in the lady world for real.
Yeah. All right. And then I saw this earlier and I wanted to check this out. This is going to be the last one, y'all, but.
You know, John Wayne Gacy, same thing.
Gosh.
Like,
so if y'all didn't get your words in over here, Andrew is basically helping us make a very
God bless you,
eventful
Andrew.
show
Real.
here. Yeah.
We love y'all. Y'all start coming in eventually.
Yeah. This is they're gonna start seeing them and they're gonna
This is
start.
what we love. So
Yeah.
we could do this all the time.
Yeah. I gotta put a post
you
up
know,
for this.
John Wayne Gacy, same thing. Like the evil.
Why they don't ever do the positive stories? Meaning, like, because all of this, I'm not saying it's not true, because it's definitely true, but propaganda works both ways. If there was a network that showed us, you know, these great men who did right by women and, you know, protected women and held women down, your perspective wouldn't lean so much to, you know, men ain't, I gotta go with the bear.
No, trust me. I place in my algorithm men that I know there's a guy named Will Hitchens online. There is this podcast. It's these 4 young black boys. I can't remember what the podcast is called right now, but I mean.
Oh, you're talking about.
It starts with a J.
Jammin' or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, they're from Chicago, I think.
I love them. I love them because it's just, they take men and brosphere and red pillars to task. And their rhetoric is so respectful towards women, and they just have so much common sense for being so young. So I
love Aunt
follow
Tamra.
them. I follow Deontay Kyle. I definitely have an algorithm
What's up,
full
James?
of men
So
that
much.
are,
James, hi,
you know,
James.
that are
Happy belated birthday,
allies
man. I'm
to
sorry
women.
we were moving.
But I will also find myself in the comments section of certain things, and it's just it's very polarizing, and it pulls you. And especially, you know, I mean, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink, and that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you, you know, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it simply just because I'm a woman and I'm the woman in the room kind of thing. It's just.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the reasons and some of the things that people have been speculating about when it comes to why Melissa Ford decided to either leave Joe Budden's podcast, amicably split with Joe Budden's podcast, or get fired from Joe Budden's podcast. Joe Budden's podcast, though, continues on. Here she is having a conversation with Charlamagne, which I've watched a lot of this because what I try to do is I try to get the context of the full conversation so that I can give the context behind why she's saying what she's saying. And the context behind this is basically red pillars, misogynistic, enemies of women, choose the bear. If I met a stranger or the bear in the wood, I'd choose the bear. At least I didn't know the bear was trying to rape me. You know what I'm saying? So this is the narrative. And then Joe Budden obviously responded and said, there it is. And he just kept it cool. But here's the fact of the matter, right? We're acting like Melissa Ford, first of all, does not have a reputation for being in the streets.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not only rumors, but claims from different people and rappers and her association, aside from her history. And we all got a history, right? We all have a past. Some of us don't have a past similar to Melissa Ford's, but people have a past, and, you know, she's acting like that past wasn't lived out publicly in our videos and her being associated with certain entertainers and rappers, and that she's not still single and giving bad takes on a regular basis, not only when she was on the Joe Budden podcast, but also on her own on different platforms where she didn't necessarily have any emotion. And so now,
Hey James, this is gonna be the last one we check out today. But it's gonna be the last one we check out today. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to do this every single morning. So if you got content or something that's wild that you want us to react to first thing in the morning, we'll do those. I don't want to do any music in the morning because they'll copyright us on this hour long. What's called? They gotta chop everything up. But yeah, this is the last after this video, and we express our thoughts on this one. We're gonna be out. It's been an hour or so, and we gotta get ready to do requests because that takes 2 to 3 hours to get done. All right, James, I got you. But yeah, just email it to us, and then tomorrow I'll start off in the morning with it since you hit us up and asked us to check it out. I'll check it out in the morning.
You know, I think is the biggest thing about this whole situation is that it seems like a betrayal, right? Because let's be honest, nobody was checking for and nobody was looking at Melissa Ford and having a conversation about whether or not she needs to be a voice that we listen to in these streets, in these pod streets, in these YouTube streets, all of that. And I'm not really sure how good her platform is doing. I can look it up really quickly just for the sake of conversation. But Joe Budden probably gave her the best look of her life when it came to the visibility, regardless of whether or not she left, regardless of whether or not she agreed or disagreed with their take, and, you know, whether she could take it or not. 55,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so that's a good thing. Congratulations, 55,000 subscribers on YouTube. But Joe Budden, who's, if I'm not mistaken, is probably past 1.2 to 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, gave her a good look. right? Like seriously, he gave her visibility. He gave her an opportunity, and then more important.
All right, I'm gonna say this. Melissa Ford, she in her life, she has done a lot of. Okay, so she was doing the Joe Rogan podcast. I mean the Joe Budden podcast. If you don't know who Melissa Ford is, she's been doing the Joe Budden podcast for as long as we can remember, right? So she essentially, how can I say this? She essentially dealt with men and like Anton's saying, she was taken advantage of, which she should. A situation she was placed in where she was on his podcast, which is booming. Everybody know, at least seen a clip from Joe Budden's podcast. So his podcast is booming. She took, you know what I'm saying, took advantage of the opportunity she was given to be on the podcast. She was up there, but women like her aren't around men enough. So she spends her time in echo chambers with other women that say all that lie and don't be honest and never say exactly what they're thinking. Or she spends time around men who lie, men who never tell you how men think, men who never disagree with you and stuff like that. So she spent the time on that podcast, and I saw this happening. She was going to end up leaving at some point because every time they say something, she would never find something to agree with them on as far as that thing was pertained. She just always said they were misogynistic. And what I think was happening behind the scenes, look, I don't know for sure, but I think what was happening behind the scenes is that she would get around her friend groups, and her friend groups would watch clips of the podcast and point out the misogynistic things or the things they didn't agree with and call them misogynistic, and they put that in her ear and they talked about it behind closed doors, and they did that looking for her to take them to task for being just men, because they're men haters. That's what that is. So in her, if you ever seen a Joe Budden podcast, it is not misogynistic in the least bit. But have you ever seen one misogynistic clip from them? Right. So that it's like, so they're not like I would understand Myron Gaines and the Fresh and Fit podcast, or I would understand whatever with Andrew up there or something like that being considered, you know what I'm saying, misogynistic. But Joe Budden and them are the least misogynist. They're just men. And what happens when you get women who don't have fathers, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know this lady for nothing, but I guarantee you there's daddy issues somewhere in there, because she can't have been around honest men, honest men who tell you exactly what they think, tell you the truth. If my wife says, does this dress make me look fat? Babe, I ain't saying you fat. I ain't saying make you look fat, but I'm just saying that one don't form fit you properly. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like that one don't form fit you properly. Just like, just like she'll say, if you know what I'm saying, if I'm wearing something that she thinks is ridiculous, she'll laugh at me. She'll point and laugh. Like, so that's what type of relationship.
Babe,
and I think what
you
happened.
look goofy. Don't wear that.
What I believe happened with her is that, again, she has never had honest men around her. And my wife can tell you the same thing, that she was like that when we first got together. She had never really been around men who were, never been around men she liked that were completely honest. She's been around men that she didn't like that were honest, but not men that she did like. And I think that's the same thing with her. She's been lied to a lot. And so a woman finds, so her definition of misogynistic is any way that a man thinks. That's pretty much what that is. If you are a man, she's never really learned them. She's never empathized with them and said, "Oh man, like this is the life of a man. This is a man's perspective. I understand that perspective. Although I'm different and ontologically I'm different than you are, and women think differently. I respect the way that a man thinks, but we respect the way that a woman thinks. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty much what the issue is what we is what the issue that we're coming by with this discussion. I ain't gonna hold out on it too long, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So stay away from women like this. I'm just saying, like when a woman starts calling you a man, if a woman says something misogynistic, go figure out what she's saying misogynistic is. And if as a man, as a decent man, you agree with some of the things that the men say and disagree with some of the things, you will know that she doesn't have the ability to agree with some things and disagree with them. She picks the person, and if the person says something, or if her friends tell her that they don't like that man because he said these things on this clip, she'll go back and she'll carry that and she'll dislike him for that. So nothing he says she can agree with. So that's essentially what's going on with her as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, comments. Andrew said popcorn sounds better than the Twinkie CZ. And these I don't know. They got like what they got in them? Lime and salt.
So weird, but
Yeah.
sounds weird, but it's really
Yeah. This dude, James said we need to watch Caillou Grown Up episode. It's called Very Special Caillou. I'll pull them up tomorrow morning since you came to the morning show and popped in. I'll do that in the morning. Yeah.
we're not doing music right now.
Yeah, we no music for the morning. Because they'll copyright me. But we're gonna start doing our music reactions after this. Yeah. And let me see. Can you and Christian react to Stranger Things 5 official trailer in the morning? Okay. We love Stranger Things. Yeah, we just recently watched it all the way through. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, beyond that, we're gonna go ahead and hop out of here. But that concludes episode 2 of Babe. Come look at this. That's episode 2. So yeah. When you come out here, I'll cook you something good. Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to figure out. Hey, Andrew, we really need to plan this though. Like we really need to plan exactly when we're gonna do it, and we need to plan it out, and so that we know exactly when we're gonna come up there and do that. Like I'm tired of vaguely speaking on it. We keep vaguely. Yeah, we ain't even. We gotta really genuinely set it up. So let me know what time is good for you, and then we'll figure it out, and then we'll pack it up, and we'll probably just what we'll do is get a hotel near you. And then we'll plan out a weekend or something, and we'll come up there and we'll be able to hang out for a while, hang out for a bit, and yeah. I still have the camper, but what I'm gonna do with the camper is rent it out. So I'm out there. We got to clean it out, so we're probably gonna rent it out, man. Yeah, it'd be nice if they had if we could rent a camper. Renting a camper. Yeah, a driving camper. Yeah. I don't know, man. What I would do, I would rent it in Andrew's area and get him to drive. Yeah. We do still have our camper though, but her sister wants to rent it out, so we're gonna let her rent it out. He said, "Bring it out or rent one RV." Yeah. That's what we're gonna have to do. Bring it out this summer. Yeah. So we need a plan for the summer, but we need to plan an exact week or a month in the summer, and we need to so that we actually got it set in stone, and we actually come and do that, man. Because I really do want to do that, and we can have a really good time. You know what I'm saying? I know it might be a ways away, but we can wait around to. Yeah, man. Set it up for the summer, and then we'll come out. But yeah, I'm gonna go in and close out and get us ready to start doing our reactions, so we can upload a bunch of them today. Make sure we get them out. So yeah, but look up Hockey Hills Campground in Edgerton, Wisconsin, babe. You got your phone? Oh, wait, I'm silly. Hold on a sec. Let me do this real quick, then I'll close out. Let's see. Okay. All right, this is what we, okay. Oh, that pool is huge. Let's see. Let's see, baby. Look at this. This is where he's talking about doing, setting this up. Look, doing this. All right, yeah, James. We can do that in the morning. Yeah. Where Andrew? Where are you? Where are you, Andrew? I think there. Let me see. Ooh, this inflatable, bro. Hey, look, but I'm black, so I'm weird about lakes and swimming. But you know what, man? I might have to indulge, bro. Yeah, indulge and be a kid again. Hey, but me, I'm weird about playing with water, man. I be like, but he lives 10 minutes away from this place. Okay, let's set it up and let's do it. Let's set it up and let's do that. But yeah, hit me with a text. We about to hop out of here and go ahead and get this ready. You say your dad is on the way, so we might have to do work after that. All right, but yeah, love y'all, man. Thanks for tuning in and checking us out, man. I'm about to be out there sending. We'll be doing this every morning, man. We should be able to lively talk to y'all every morning, man. Yeah.